A key scene from Reacher's latest episode shows why Alan Ritchson's main character is having a hard time believing Swan is a traitor. In terms of introducing the character of Reacher to audiences, Amazon could scarcely have chosen better than the books they used for seasons 1 and 2. The first series adapted Killing Floor, the original novel in Lee Child's thriller series. This found Reacher shortly after he had left the army, and saw him investigate the murder of his brother and destroying a counterfeiting operation. Audiences also got to understand Reacher through the more grounded perspectives of Roscoe, Willa Fitzgerald, and Finlay. Malcolm Goodwin. Reacher Season 2 covers Bad Luck and Trouble, where the title character has to solve another personal case and reunite with his old army team. The 110th Special Investigators Unit knows Reacher better than anyone, and audiences have gotten to see a more vulnerable side to the character through them. O'Donnell, Sean Sipos, and Dixon, Surinder Swan, have slotted in nicely to the existing world of the series too, but the ex-110th members suspect former colleague Tony Swan, Shannon Cook, may have betrayed them. One person who steadfastly refuses to buy that is Reacher himself. The team has recovered evidence that Swan is working with the show's main villain Langston, Robert Patrick, to sell the Little Wing missile to terrorists, and flashbacks suggest he wasn't entirely trustworthy back in the day. Dixon, O'Donnell, and Neagley, Marie Sten, are all casting doubt on Swan's loyalty, but a flashback in Episode 5, Burial, reveals he once saved Reacher's life, without a thought for his own safety. This sequence shows Reacher and Swan during a sting operation, where they're pretending to buy drugs from a supplier. Unfortunately, a late arrival reveals Swan once bought a guitar from him, while wearing an army uniform. Needless to say, this leads to a shootout between Reacher, Swan, and the drug dealers, with Swan diving in front of Reacher when he's shot at and taking a bullet to the arm. There's a part of Reacher that feels guilt, because if Swan does turn out to be part of New Age's Little Wing deal, Reacher is the one who recruited Swan in the first place. He recruited people who were the best in their collective fields, and by all accounts, the special investigators were a force to be reckoned with while they were active. Reacher is typically a good judge of character, and Episode 5's flashback shows Swan to be brave and loyal, even in the face of death. Reacher no doubt feels he owes Swan for saving his life too, but more than that, it shows he might just be innocent. It makes a certain amount of sense for Swan to be involved, but at the same time, how could the kind of man who would be willing to sacrifice themselves one moment turn into a heartless mercenary a few years later? Reacher isn't always right, but it's starting to feel like Swan may be innocent after all.